Good morning, everybody. This is Dave, and I'm going to show you today about the Conquest Discord game. So the Conquest Discord game can run in a server as a bot. Here it is up here. And anybody who wants to just add this to their server while they're playing can click on it and click the Add to Server button, which is a pretty neat way to spread the game. So the launcher just sits here and waits for somebody to play. They can click on a link to go get to some docs about the game, or they can choose a difficulty level. Right now there's just a boss battle mode, so they can choose a difficulty level of 1 to 10, which has lots of different ranges, or they can pick some that are absolutely ridiculously hard. These are a lot of fun when there's a group of people to play. For now, I'm going to click on the difficulty level of 1. It's going to wait for people to vote, and then it's going to pick the highest voted difficulty level. That way a group can select what's going on. The first thing it does is create a thread, Discord thread for game information, which I'll keep off to the right here. And then it creates a game. In the middle of the game is a canvas window, which is actually just an image created on the server that gets sent down every few seconds. So the game gives you about 20 seconds to equip and join. As soon as I hit the join button, it goes out and grabs all my different inventory items and auto equips them. The ones that have enchantments on them, they're automatically being enchanted, and then the total of them adds up to my armor level. I can actually just go ahead and go into the equip function if I want to. Pick different weapons that I might have. This battlefield there's no battlefield element, like there's no fire or ice or anything like that, so any of my weapons is going to work fine here. The ones that are starred will work better for that battlefield. There are lots of different types of weapons. You can see here this is a fire one. These are all loot shop NFT weapons, and on Poly, and there are some on ETH as well. And they have lots of different stats, like different enchantments they can have, the total number of damage, the speed of the weapon, etc. I'm just going to go ahead and use whatever was auto equipped. It looks like they equipped a hatchet for me. Let's just take a quick look and see what that is. So the hatchet that equipped is called just Weapon 174. So that's a token of it. It's this one. There's really nothing special about this. Let's see if I can grab one that's got... oh yeah, this has Vampiric and Wounding on it. So let's grab this one. Even though it's of the death element, you can take a look at it here. Actually, I'm going to use it anyway, because this is a low level. I can say low level. So the bosses are actually player NFTs from any chain. As soon as they reach level 75 in the Scribe community, the NFT becomes eligible to be a boss in the game. So this is actually the highest level NFT in Scribe. It's by a guy named John. It's the NFT is from the Crypto Cave Club collection, which you can see here, and it links out. So all these three links this will link out to his NFT, and this links out to his the collection it's part of, and this links out to his user record on Scribe, which is pretty neat. Let's take a quick look at what that looks like. So this links out to John's profile, and this links out to the Crypto Cave Club collection on OpenSea, so you can view the asset there, or if you just view the collection. Okay, and then this links out to the boss on Scribe. So if you see a boss and you're like, oh man, I really love that, what kind of collection is it from? How can I go take a look at its stats? You can see the stats here, and also why it has so much power to it. He's played a lot of different games, etc. This feature of the Discord game is really neat because we have dozens of different projects which are a part of Scribe. There are actually many thousands of NFTs in Scribe. So it gives all the projects different exposure. Okay, enough about that. We're fighting on a battlefield, which is also owned by a different user. This is an NFT, and as we fight on this battlefield, the battlefield gets experience as well. So I've talked a lot, but I haven't done much. If you wanted to just save the picture that it's sending down a few times every 10 seconds, you can do that and right-click the image, which is kind of funny. So I'm just going to attack with my basic weapon. He's probably going to die with a single hit. Okay, I got that attack in late, but the round here is lasting 10 seconds long. If I click attack, okay, he did some damage, and he hit me back. So that's basically how a turn works. You do damage to them. At the end of the turn, the boss is going to damage back to you. Up to 45 players can play at one time on a single boss battle. If I wanted to, let's just go ahead and actually heal ourselves. I'll heal a little bit every round, but I'm just going to heal myself to show you what it can do. Some of the other options we have available are you can select a target and cast different spells on him, or any target in the game. And I'll show you what that looks like in actually a second. So let's go ahead and just finish him off. So that should be enough to kill him. And you can see that the live stats thread has been updating the whole time. Okay. And when the battle is all over, I'm going to get a battle wrap-up screen, which is going to give me how many credits I earned. It's going to show me how much damage I did per turn, all that kind of stuff, all the neat little stats you want. It's also going to give me a battle log, which I can look and see the full bonuses that went into every attack and things like that, which is really neat if you want to take that and process the data or make a story out of it or whatever. Now that the battle is over, the old game is going to clean up itself, so it's going to go ahead and delete this thread, etc., so it doesn't leave a lot in the Discord channel for the mods to see. We do like to leave the battle messages so people can take a look and see how many games have been played. Let's do one that's a little bit harder, okay, so I can show you what it's like to cast spells. I'm going to go ahead and click on difficulty level 3. So this is going to give me a challenge rating. The game goes very high for challenge rating, so that's going to give me a challenge rating of about 28. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and equip my stuff again. It auto-equips my items, which is very useful because, as you can see, I have lots of different types of armor and some weapons, and it casts those spells on me. If I didn't want to auto-equip, I'd have to come into each little piece of armor that I have and one by one equip them, okay? But I don't want to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and, this is a fire battlefield. What that means is that fire weapons are going to have a little bit more damage than other types of weapons. So let's just make sure. So did he equip a, yes, it equipped a heavy ornamental sword of fire, so that's great. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to show you how I can cast spells. You can see there's a blue line under my health, which is my mana, okay? And one of the items that I put on has mana 4, so that's going to give me expanded mana. So for my regular mana that I already had, it's going to charge up to that full amount. I'm going to click on action. I'm going to select this boss as the target. I'm going to go ahead and cast a spell. So this lets me go ahead and type in a command word of a spell. It's really wild because there are hundreds of spells that you can use. The one that I'm going to use is called Fire Vulnerability. So the word for fire is Flamma. And then I'm going to cast a level 6 vulnerability on him, so that's Vulnerabis. If I just wanted to do a level 1 vulnerability, it's Vulna. So the spell words are all available in the wiki and in the game docs so that you can get really good at casting. The reason why we went with manually typing it in versus just hitting a button is it makes magic very powerful in the game. People who are good at casting spells are very handy. So there's a little icon emoji that showed up that shows I cast a spell. It's going to go ahead and show up here in the round as well. So it says I cast Flame of Vulnerability. And you can see the icon showed up under him as well. So now he's very vulnerable to flame attacks. So let's see what happens if I hit him. This is going to be a one hit. Me hitting him hitting the floor. Yeah. So this is just a smaller boss. Let's see what happens when I do a larger one. All over, and I got a bunch of XP for it. I got different types of XP credits. I got objective XP for killing the boss. I used some spells. There was a game session but not many people in it, so this is for the damage that I did. My weapon got XP, so that was all pretty cool. So I'm going to go ahead and close out this thread. Now I'm going to go ahead and hit let's do a much harder one. Let's do a level 6 challenge rating. Don't ever try and do these last two unless you have a group with you, because it gets out of control. All right, I'm going to go ahead and join the game. It's going to equip all my same stuff for me. If I did have a weapon, an armor preset, by the way, you can set your own presets of different armor that you equip. You can load those presets. But right now, the game has given me a preset that's loaded up to 980 armor level, so I'm just going to keep that. All right, so we're looking at an Acid 2 battlefield. So that means acid weapons are going to do more damage, and it looks like, yes, they equipped the Sparrow for me. This is one of my favorite weapons. It's a dagger. So here it is right here, the Sparrow. It's an Acid 5 weapon, so he's going to do good damage, and he also has Swift Striker, so he attacks quicker, and Death Seeker. So as a Speed 3 weapon, that means that I'm going to do several different attacks per second with this dagger. So let's see what kind of damage I do with its one attack. Okay, so I click attack. So I do 13,000 damage to him. I've got to get to 670,000 to get him done. So here's what I'm going to do. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to target him, and I'm going to cast Melta, which is the word for acid, vulnerabilis. Melta vulnerabilis. So now that's going to give him a lot of extra damage. Oops, I took some good damage myself. So he's got acid vulnerability on him. I'm going to click attack. Now look at the difference in damage. So now I'm doing 80,000 damage. I actually need to heal myself real quick. So let's just do that first. You can heal and attack in the same round, but if you attack, you can't then heal afterwards. Okay, so I'm going to do another attack to get another baseline of damage. 57,000. Okay, now this is not quite enough. See, he's smashing me up pretty good. I can tell I'll be dead probably another 5 or 6 hits, and if he gets any criticals on me, forget about it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and target myself with a buff. I'm going to click on cast, and I'm going to type in Kurgan. So what that's going to do is give me a lot of extra speed. Okay, now when I attack, 110,000. And let's go ahead and keep going. There are no limits to how many times I can cast this right now. It takes time to cast a spell, even if you're copying and pasting. So guess what? It's going to have some bonuses there. Now I'm doing some serious damage. If I want to cast a missile spell at him, watch what I can do. I'm going to cast Melta, Blastronus. So Melta again is acid. Blastronus is a magic missile spell. So let's hit him with that and see what it did. Okay, Acid Missile 6, it did 149,000 damage to him. He's just about dead. Let's finish him off with one more hit. It looks like that did the trick. So as I'm a pretty high level character at 95. I've got lots of magic items. That was a decent challenge for me. If he had other spells that he was using, he didn't do anything interesting, I would have gotten hammered. So here are all my stats again in the full battle log, and that is a good description of what Conquest is all about.